Rasheeda just did the unthinkable and signed the divorce papers, so it appears that Kirk Frost's period of foolishness is finally over. He left in the dust, looking lost, confused, and regretting every poor choice he ever made. Let's face it, this man cheated, lied, and embarrassed Rasheeda for years, but somehow he always managed to get back in. This time, though, it's a wrap. Do you think Kirk saw this coming, or was he too busy acting like? What really happened that made Rasheeda say, "I'm done"? And more importantly, how is Kirk going to survive without her? Buckle up. The CEO of Infidelity Incorporated was planning her departure, and the streets were claiming that Kirk was already spiraling out of control, trying to figure out how to fix this mess. But it might be too late. There would be no more power couples, no more family business, just Kirk alone, staring at the papers as if they had just stolen his soul. We're going to break it all down, so let's get started. Just when you thought things couldn't get any messier, Rasheeda didn't just sign the divorce papers for fun. She made sure Kirk understood everything. According to sources, the documents were delivered to the lawyers, locked in, sealed, and delivered before Kirk even realized what had happened. Imagine having time to make things right, and then one morning you wake up and half of your assets are already. The level of cold-bloodedness we're discussing here is demonstrated by Kirk, the man who has been acting like a mastermind for years. Let's not pretend that his record is brand new. Over the years, Kirk has been the epitome of how not to treat your wife. He had a whole baby on Rasheeda, disregarded her on national television, and pretended to be street Kirk of faithfulness whenever he got caught up. However, things have turned around, and things don't look good for him anymore. Kirk truly believed Rasheeda would wait for him to change forever, but he was unaware that while he was out there running the game, Rasheeda was making moves behind the scenes. When I say moves, I mean boss moves that ensure she leaves this situation with everything: the businesses, the legacy brand, and Kirk. Well, let's just say the only thing he's walking. Rumor has it that Rasheeda's legal team isn't playing along with his remorse. They've been collecting receipts like Black Twitter during a celebrity scandal, and believe me, the situation is scalding. Kirk's finances have reportedly been all over the place, and let's just say his lifestyle may have been much larger than his actual bank account. According to some sources, he has been using business funds to support his side projects, and now it's all getting back to haunt him, as they say. What's done in secret will come to light. Speaking of light, let's take a moment to highlight how the public is responding, as social media is consuming this. Some people are supporting Rasheeda, although she recently won the Super Bowl of breakups, while others are making fun of Kirk in an endless number of memes. One even had Kirk photographed as a dejected little puppy outside of the press. According to an insider, a certain hip-hop queen sent Rasheeda a welcome to the single boss chick club text with a number of champagne emojis. If that's not the epitome of you, good sis, I don't know what is. But here's what happens when you cheat too many times and lose the boss chick who made you relevant. The lies are so subtle that no one notices. Even celebrities are getting in on it. Where it gets even wilder, there are rumors that Kirk is going to have some serious financial difficulties following this divorce. You know, when you've been living big and reckless and thinking your wife will clean up the mess forever, reality sets in when she finally decides to leave. And let's just say Kirk may have to cut back on a lot of luxuries as soon as possible. While Kirk is out here spiraling, let's check in on Rasheeda because she's doing well, unconcerned, and living her best life like a woman who just dropped 200 pounds, 91 kilograms of weight. There have been rumors of bad business dealings, unpaid debts, and some dubious investments that could come back to haunt him. Some people are claiming that Kirk owes money to a few people who don't exactly like waiting on payments. And if that's the case, let's say this divorce is the least of his worries. It's not a direct jab at Kirk, but here's the real plot twist. Some people believe Rasheeda is cooking something new, and no, we're not just talking about business. She's been seen at events looking happier than ever, rocking fits that scream idolu, and posting motivational quotes that subtly feel like shade. One of them said that sometimes walking away is the most powerful thing you can do. The streets are watching, and a certain mystery man has been liking every post with emojis. Could Rasheeda be regaining her groove already? Maybe not. What if she is? Baby Kirk will be sick. Let's be clear, this isn't a revenge situation. This is grown woman energy. Rasheeda isn't crying. Instead, she's leveling up, securing the bag, and making sure her future is secure. Kirk, well, let's just say he might need to schedule a therapy session. Session or 5, the biggest question is what will happen next as this divorce drama intensifies. While Rasheeda is resolving Kirk's issues, they are only beginning, and believe me, you do not want to miss what is going to happen next. Just when you thought this divorce was the last nail in the coffin, no baby, we are only beginning because Kirk is realizing that he messed up. I mean, really messed up. And this isn't just about losing a wife. As you can see, this is the loss of an entire empire. Rasheeda was not just Kirk's wife. She was the creative force behind the Press Boutique, the brand, and the boss behind everything they built. Rasheeda's vision was TV, fame, and she kept things interesting by making sure the bills were paid while Kirk was out here acting like a love and hip-hop villain. Now that she's officially gone, Kirk is frantically trying to figure out what's left. But let's talk about receipts. Because baby Rasheeda didn't just decide to end this, she gathered evidence. Rumor has it that her lawyer has been working on this case for months, gathering bank statements, text messages, and testimonies from Sid Chicks. The case file looks like it could be a Netflix documentary. As you may know, the internet doesn't play detective for free, and some fans have been researching the reasons behind Rasheeda's decision to end things. Do you have friends who enjoy sharing information but prefer not to have their names included in court documents? Well, according to some anonymous sources, Kirk was involved in multiple extramarital affairs. You all remember Jasmine, the whole outside baby scandal that had Rushy out here looking like the most patient woman in America. It turns out that wasn't even the worst part. Kirk was still. This time, the evidence was indisputable screenshots of Diane's phone conversations that were leaked. Some even claimed that Rasheeda had a private investigator on peril to follow him around at all times. If you think Kirk was shaken when he received those divorce papers, well, he was extremely sick when he realized how deep this goes. Now, let's talk about the money, because that's where things get complicated. Rasheeda was making sure she stacked her coins correctly while Kirk was out here doing everything, and she had business accounts separate from personal legal protections in place, so let's just say she isn't leaving this marriage empty-handed. However, Kirk is a different story. When you combine poor spending habits with messy personal choices, you end up with a man who is about to face serious financial difficulties, and rumors are circulating that Kirk may have to face the unpleasant truth that he isn't as wealthy as he believed, and social media is dragging him through the mud. Fans have been bombarding his comments discussing Kirk, and you might want to get some help. Kirk allegedly had some behind-the-scenes business losses that he was hiding from Rasheeda, including some of those club investments straight flops and some of those real estate flips straight L's. A job at Press. Now, some people are making memes of him standing outside the store like a lost puppy, and to be honest, they're not wrong because let's talk about Press Boutique. Yes, you heard correctly. It's not pressed anymore. Rather, it's pressured. According to sources, Kirk has been attempting to work out a deal to keep some sort of ownership in the company. But guess what? Rasheeda isn't having it. A close insider claims that Kirk's name is off the company. He isn't receiving a cut, a corner, or a cent from what she built. And to be honest, that's what he deserves. You know how men become desperate when they lose their power, and that's precisely what Kirk is doing at the moment. It seems like he has been attempting to contact old friends for favors and even approaching people in the industry to see if he can get some new business deals going. But the problem is that his reputation has been destroyed. He was able to open doors using Rasheeda's name before, but now those same doors are closing because no one in the industry wants to work with someone who messed up their biggest bag. Rasheeda is making sure that everyone knows that she has cleaned up Kirk's mess, And speaking of mess, let's talk about these accusations because, baby, some of the things that are coming out about Kirk's past decisions have some people whispering about some shady business dealings. Rumor has it that some former business associates are coming forward to say he owes them money, and let's just say that some of these people don't do friendly reminders about debts. As a result, Kirk is now dealing with a financial crisis rather than just a messy divorce, and Rasheeda is watching it all play out like a blockbuster movie. She has been posting pictures of her vacations, appearing stress-free and even dropping. As if that wasn't enough to send Kirk into a tailspin, she's been spotted out with some very interesting company. Here's where things get really spicy. There have been rumors that Rasheeda might already have someone new in her life. We're not saying she's jumping into anything too quickly, but some people claim she's been spotted laughing, smiling, and vibing with her. What's next, baby? Well, this divorce is just the beginning. Kirk is about to experience the full force of what happens when you lose a good woman. And trust me, this story is far from over. Kirk is also realizing that the streets are cold, but the divorce court is even colder because, as you already know, nothing hits a man harder than realizing he was replaced before he even had time to beg properly. This isn't just about money, it's about power. For years, Kirk held on to Rasheeda, knowing that without her, he had nothing. He tried to play it cool and act like he was the boss, but now, oh baby, you're mistaken. Rasheeda didn't just walk out with her peace of mind. She left with half of everything, and Kirk is out here frantically trying to hold on to what's left. Kirk isn't the type to go out quietly, and instead of taking his loss with dignity, he's out here making desperate moves left and right. According to sources close to the couple, Kirk has been pleading with Rasheeda for a meeting, not to mend the marriage. Oh no, that ship has sailed, sunk, and been eaten by sharks, but simply to discuss the financial situation, and baby Rasheeda isn't amenable to it. Street is that she's been cutting ties, changing locks, and making sure Kirk has NOI back into her empire, which includes joint properties, business accounts, and even the damn Netflix password. Now that the divorce is official, Kirk is reportedly having trouble figuring out where he's going to live. According to some sources, he's been couch hopping at friends' houses, while others say he's trying to move back into one of their former residences, but Rasheeda, made sure he wasn't given a single spare key. Additionally, as you are all aware, Kirk has children to support, and now that his money is drying up, this man is going to experience firsthand what true financial hardship looks like. Finally, let's discuss damage control, since when a man like Kirk begins to lose everything, what is the next step? BL names the woman, of course. Kirk has allegedly been telling close friends that Rasheeda is ruining his life by severing his financial connection, baby. The irony and audacity of ruining your marriage after years of infidelity and disrespect, but now she's the villain, makes sense, and social media isn't letting him get away with that. One person tweeted Kirk discussing financial abuse, sir. You were, having been financially supported by Rasheeda for years, someone else advised Kirk Frost to apply for a job at Press because the way Rasheeda shut him out made him need a job as soon as you get the chance. If you think Rasheeda is just sitting around feeling sorry, you're wrong. She's actually living her life. She has been seen going on solo vacations, shopping at upscale stores, and even posting some very carefree selfies. And let's not forget about the moment that has sickened Kirk the most. Rasheeda recently conducted a sit-down interview when she said, "I stayed in that marriage for so long because I believed in love, but love isn't enough when there's no respect. I choose myself now, baby." It wasn't just a statement, it was a declaration of independence. Kirk, on the other hand, was furious. According to sources, he began phoning mutual friends after the interview aired in an attempt to fabricate a story that Russ was lying and that he wasn't as horrible as people made him seem, sir. Let's look at the bigger picture. This divorce isn't just affecting Kirk and Rasheeda, it's sending shockwaves through the industry. According to reports, producers from Love and Hip Hop are frantically trying to figure out what this means for the show because, let's face it, Kirk and Rasheeda were one of the main storylines that kept viewers interested. Now, let's just say executives are furiously worried. asserts that the producers of the show have been attempting to persuade Rasheeda to continue filming her single life, and to be honest, that might be the best retaliation Rasheeda could receive. Picture a season of her dating and building her empire while Kirk is out here trying to get a club appearance, because that's precisely where he's going. Rumor has it that Kirk has been trying to get club hosting gigs to sustain himself. But guess what? As if it couldn't get worse, some of Kirk's former business partners are now coming out with claims that he owes them money. Yes, it appears that Kirk was out here making bad deals left and right. And now that he's no longer shielded by Rasheeda's success, people are coming to look for Kirk Frost. The man went from owning businesses with his wife to trying to get paid to pop bottles at lounges. The biggest irony is that Kirk used to act like he was the man in charge, like he was the boss and the reason Rasheeda was successful. But now he's just another man who fumbled the best thing he ever had, while Rasheeda is glowing, thriving, and proving that she was always their real boss. One former associate allegedly claimed that Kirk acted like he was untouchable, but now look at him. I'm getting my money one way or another, baby, not one way or another. What do you all think? Do you think Kirk deserved this downfall, or do you think there's still a chance for him to recover? Should Rasheeda go all petty and reveal everything in a public way? That's the question we all want to ask Kirk. Was all that cheating, lying, and disrespect worth losing everything? Because while it doesn't look like it, I have a feeling Kirk will be grieving for a long time. If you enjoyed this crazy drama, please hit the like button, leave a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe so you don't miss the next update. You know this situation is far from over, so turn on those notifications so you're the first to hear all the tea. I'll be keeping you all updated on every single messy detail because, baby, this isn't the end.